Most gains are in the last few weeks of the bull market. We're right before the banana zone.
You said million narrative?
Yeah, million narrative is here also. I mean, for me, I'm mainly looking when the trend will shift after the peak. Everything from your bank is all in.
I have no fiat.
Narratives also don't make sense, like AI coins.
The Bitcoin price, all-time high, this bull run. So you have to give me a number.
I would say this cycle.
Bullish.
Yeah, it's bullish.
I'm giving you 20 grand outside of Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. How are you spreading that for the best returns?
So the tech is less important than the community. It's all about community. The next innovation is going to be via the
All right, guys, welcome back. Good morning, crypto. Black coffee, no milk.
We're back, guys.
Even on tech.
We're back. Good to be here with you.
We're back. We're here in Marina Bay Sands in Singapore for Token 2049. And Even actually doesn't venture out very much. So I'm really happy that you've actually came all this way. And you're here with the AK.
We're back from the man cave, guys. We're out in the real world.
Okay. So look, I've had some amazing chats earlier today with some of your friends, some of your KOL friends. And we're talking about the market. We're talking about the 6-month chop. We're talking about okay, we're talking about obviously how close are we to the banana zone. Let's just get straight into it.
Yeah, it's coming, guys. The banana zone. We're right in front of the banana zone.
We are ready!
So I actually had a massive problem with my bank. Literally. I was in Korea for Korea Blockchain Week, and I wasn't getting the one-time password. I was freaking out. The market was pumping. I was like, and it was talking big money here, and I was like, shit, it's not coming. And I was like, literally throwing my phone on the floor because it was pumping. And anyway, luckily since I come to Singapore, the one-time password came through, and now so I'm all in.
Everything from your bank is all in.
I have no fiat. Yeah. Credit cards.
That's perfect.
I'm back to being a student again.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it should be. And many people now are demotivated, but we've been discussing it on my channel a long time that we're right before the banana zone. September over, October starts. That's when statistically we have the October time. Yeah. So I think it's the final few weeks before we start the bull market for real.
And I love how you say it with so much confidence because most of you probably know who you are, but for those that don't, are new to crypto in the last 1 year or not, you should be following. Even on Tech is the most OG crypto YouTuber, KOL, info, whatever the hell you want to label it, right? But he knows his stuff. You've been around. Was when did you start your channel?
I mean, we started in 2017.
I went, because we work together sometimes these days. Yeah. I went actually through your old videos. So I started YouTube as well, and so I was like, I wonder how bad Ivan's first videos were. And I saw some weightlifting videos.
Yeah. That's actually a good strategy for everyone who wants to do content because I did the same with another finance guy. He's called I don't know if you know, Jeremy Finance Education.
Okay.
He was kind of big a few years ago, but I got inspired by him. So I also watched his first videos in 2017 when I started. Okay. And they were crap also.
So I'm on the path.
Exactly. So it's a good, and you do your content in a good way also. But you have been away for a few weeks, I saw. So you should get to consistency.
But that's why you don't travel, right? Because it's just too difficult. You change time zone, you're moving, you're packing every 5 minutes. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, but you've done good content and good news. You've also been in this industry for so long, so it's real alpha as well. It's not that someone pretends to read Coin Telegraph and that's it. But
what was that KOL event last night? The KOL. Creative of the year.
I mean, big shout out to everyone. Big shout out to everyone.
Yeah. No, actually, I don't know if you remember, we met. I think it was 2019 Korea Blockchain Week. We had a meeting. We're obviously just talking about God knows what we're talking about, just working together, and about your channel. And so it's been a long time. So that's why I think we still have this relationship. And same with the other guys that I spoke to today. No, it's really cool. It's great to see your journey. I know you're doing great things with Moralis Money, and Moralis in general, not just Moralis Money. And so it's a real honor. So let's go back to the market. That's what people care about.
Yes.
So, okay. So, all right, let's just get into it. So, Bitcoin, right? Every cycle we see diminishing returns. But every cycle they say it rhymes, but it's not the same. Because, you say I've been in a long time, but, I was one of those guys that fell for the 100K narrative last bull run. Did you fall for that, by the way?
I think everyone did. I think everyone did.
Even you
in their own. It's all about because you don't know where the top is. It's all about when you realize that the momentum has shifted. So it's okay to fall for the 1 million narrative as long as you understand that. Okay, there are different ways to see momentum.
There are different million narrative.
Sorry,
you said million narrative.
Yeah, million narrative is here also.
A million?
But how much million K?
I'm on board for million.
We can discuss that. But
this is coffee, not vodka. Okay.
It's impossible to know when it will peak out. But as long as you use TA, you use different indicators, whether it's super trend, or we have our own Moralis trend as well, Moralis line we call it, you can see that the momentum is shifting. And that's the key to understand when it's actually a bear market. But the top, no one knows where the top is. It's in most cases,
but estimate it. Estimate, because Aaron from Altcoin Daily, they also did it. They estimated the Bitcoin price all-time high this bull run. So you have to give me a number.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's not that meaningful, because it's more about knowing when to flip bearish and ride the bull as long as possible. But if I'm to guess, let's say we go to 200, I would say 235 this cycle.
Bullish.
No, it's bullish.
That's very bullish. That's always bullish, to be honest with you.
He's a bit bullish.
Because when you understand Bitcoin, there is nothing less than millions of dollars for Bitcoin. Like there is nothing less, because if Bitcoin, there are two ways Bitcoin can develop. Either it goes to zero, somehow it's banned, there's a problem with it, or it goes to millions of dollars. Because there's no way that Bitcoin is going to be 50K for the coming 10 years.
Of course.
So it's either that it fully fails, or that it really captures the world, and then we're speaking millions.
Yeah, but we're talking about this cycle. We're not talking about that.
Yeah, and then when you zoom in, that's where
235. Actually, that's the most bullish out of Lark and Altcoin Daily. So Altcoin Daily said 140K, so it's a little bit bearish, and Lark said I think it was 215-ish. So
he's gonna pump, guys.
You're gigabull.
I think he's gonna pump.
Okay, but then what about the market cycle? I mean, like I said, 6 months chop. Like, when would you start thinking, okay, we should start taking profit, start getting out? Like, when are we gonna drop? Obviously, you don't know, right? But like your best knowledge, that's what the people want to know.
I think that's a very personal strategy that everyone needs to develop. I mean, one strategy is that you take a bit out every 50%. You have an asset that pumps 50%. Maybe you take out 20% of your total amount, because no one knows where the top is. So it's more that you have to ladder out, both on the way up, or both on the way up and down, or just on the way down. You have to choose that yourself. I mean, for me, I'm mainly looking when the trend will shift after the peak, and that's my strategy. Because even if you're super careful, you're taking profit, you can still 10x afterwards. Especially in altcoins. Bitcoin probably not going to 10x after you take profit, but it could still do another 100%. The most gains are in the last few weeks of the bull market. Whether you look at 2017 or 2021, it's the last few weeks are key. So it's impossible to predict. Basically,
but we never got the blow off top in 2021. I was literally waiting there. You're like a Call of Duty sniper. I was camping. I was camping, waiting for the blow off. I think everyone was.
And
so I'm starting.
That one was weird because that one was weird with the double top. But the last gains in the second top was also in the last few weeks.
So a lot of people say like the first. I mean, this was what made me feel better. The first bull market, you're too late. That was me in 2017. 2021, I was too greedy. Sorry, 90% of everyone else. So this run is when you take your money and you sell it at a normal time.
But most people are going to get wrecked.
Do you believe in that thesis? Does that also stick with what happened to you?
I mean, I don't think about cycles that much, because for me it's more the big picture. I mean, we're going to millions of dollars. I have no doubt in my mind. So I don't really care about this cycle in particular, to time it perfectly. Maybe there is an element of that with alts, because they're going to get fully wrecked in the bear market. So you want to switch them to Bitcoin. So that's probably true, that when it comes to alts, you really need to be careful. When Bitcoin shifts momentum, that just shift them to Bitcoin or to USDC. But in terms of Bitcoin, for me, it's like I'm thinking long term. Okay. Before $1 million, it's we're not selling.
So as we were just discussing off camera, like one of the great reasons about your channel is that you're able to really break down the technical parts. You understand it as an influencer, and you can really help normies understand it in a way. So congratulations on that. So with the amount of L1s and L2s out there, I'm probably you laugh at half of them coming out, because like where is the innovation involved? And so what I'm really interested about is like which of the L1s or L2s that like are drastically different in the tech that you actually think has something. What are they?
So the tech is less important than the community. It's all about community. Where are people printing all of the new projects? Where's the trading volume? Who is attracting attention? Because
so you're saying it's more about hype than fundamentals?
The fundamentals are the community, because tech is open source. So anyone has all the tech. It's more who can attract real following, and where people actually spend they connect their wallet, they have assets in that L1. There's a lot of bridging going on. So that's very important to look at. And there, I mean, you have obviously Solana that came last year and captured a lot. In a way, you can say Cardano is guessing there a bit with their latest meme factory. They're trying to get it, but it's tough for Cardano because there are no real stable coins that are big. There are no real bridges. So in reality, the question is there a lot of room to compete with Solana? Because it's already cheap. Like, what else can we do that an L1 can offer that we don't have yet? It's big community that you need, and it needs to be cheap. So there is an argument to be made that to compete with Solana now is maybe 10 times more difficult than it was for Solana to compete with ETH, because now to beat Solana, not only do you have to be cheap, you have to be 10 times better in some way. It's kind of like with Facebook and MySpace, where in the early days it was easy to compete, but once you have a dominating project that is really taking over the market, it becomes very tough, because I mean, what do you do that is 10 times better? So probably the next innovation is going to be via the app layer, because infra is good enough. I mean, we have all the infra. All the L2s are empty. It's super cheap. There's so much block space. So I don't know if we need more L2s or L1s. Everything is price is not a factor.
But it's good for Moralis, the more layer ones that come out, right?
Well, I mean, we see the data growth in this industry. There's so much data with all of the new assets, L1s, L2s, all the interoperability. But we also see that devs mainly use a few L2s. It's a massive concentration in Solana, in ETH. Still, Polygon is used a lot, although the price is not really reflecting that. But that's probably because of tokenomic change that they did with the Pol, Matic to Pol. Binance Chain still used a lot by devs. And then you have all of the other L2s. It's really this long tail. But you have ETH, Solana, ETH, and then everything is becoming a massive long tail. So I think that it's time for the app layer to start amassing value. Maybe some of the games that are building, maybe all of the DEXs that can really develop into fully fledged financial service applications and not just DEX, and really start attracting that value. So I would say that that's the next frontier for crypto, the app layer, because that's where we have room to grow, and a lot of room.
I'm giving you 20 grand outside of Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol. How are you spreading that for the best returns? What is next for Even on Tech? Yeah,
so when the bull market returns, I would be very much into new projects. And for me, like, the next big step is to take Moralis to the next level.
Fuck, kill, or marry Justin Sun, Vitalik Buterin, or Charles Hoskin's son?
Well, Vitalik has a girlfriend.
No, I agree with you in general. I mean, look, everyone's talking about AI coins, real world asset coins, gaming coins, meme coins. I mean, there's so many narratives actually in this bull run. If you could funnel down into one narrative, if you had the money and you put it down to one narrative that you think you would say, right, this is the narrative for me for this bull run, not talking about in the future. Which one would it be and why?
I mean, that's also, I don't trade like that, because there's always a new narrative. Narratives also don't make sense. Like AI coins, the fundamentals are almost non-existent, but you still want to trade them because they do very well. And that's also what we do with Moralis, because we see where whales are buying. We see where the volume is going. So most of the AI projects, they pump not because they do anything in AI that is particularly interesting, but because ChatGPT is big in Web 2, and then they pump also. So I would say it's more key to have the tools to see which narratives are getting traction, and then get in them, and don't use the brain too much, because if you use the brain too much, you're going to overcomplicate it. Like, these narratives, they really don't make sense until they do. Because, for example, with real world assets, we did have security tokens in the last cycle.
Oh, yeah, the STOs. Like, what happened to that? Everyone's like, it's a new ICO.
Yeah, but that's real world assets now. Yeah. That's real world assets with, the real estate, the sharing, the Wi-Fi, or sharing the Google Map. Like, it kind of morphed into that, where STOs are kind of part of RWA, because real estate, for example, is security tokens. That didn't really make sense in the last cycle with this RWA, but this cycle it does. So the infrastructure has developed, blockchains have developed, and you just have to see where the money is flowing, and act on that, and be early on that. So that's how I approach the market. And then whether it's AI, RWA, I'm not committed to any of them, because you never know what's going to be next. Like last cycle, we had the penguins, NFT penguin, monkeys. Who would have predicted that? And at that time, we did discuss, maybe STOs are going to be big. Yeah, so I've learned that it doesn't make sense to predict. It's very hard. So just look at what's happening and try to be early.
Okay, so this bull run has been dominated by meme coin mania, right?
Yeah.
So meme coin mania, is it here to stay for this whole bull run, or are we done?
I think it's here to stay, but probably in a different way, because what has happened with Pump Fun started as a community movement, fair, this and that, but now it's fully rigged. You have.
Be honest. Did you ever use Pump Fund?
I haven't created any.
No, not created, but did you buy it from? Like,
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I've used the tool. I know how it works. But in terms of
so you went rugging like yourself.
no, in terms of it being an edge, it's not an edge. Like it's not like an advantage in the market. And in many cases, you have different technical tools that allow you to fake on-chain activity, create a coin, create buy pressure from different wallets that you control, but that look separate on chain. So there is like a whole ecosystem of tools now to fake engagement in this fair launch tools. So memes are going to be here to stay for sure because it's community tokens, and people will always want to create new coins, new trading opportunities. But in terms of this current format, that's likely to change. Maybe it's going to go back to that. There are founders behind these coins. Kind of like with MAD, where there is a team, they do things. It's not just a random pump fund token that has a life of 5 days. So memes are gonna stay, but I think it's gonna be more towards this that there is actual some substance behind it, and maybe in the future it's gonna shift again. People get tired of substance also; they just want pumpamental. But we've been so far down this pumpamental route, and it's so scammy, and it's actually not giving a lot to the community. It's very extractive. When you look also at how much revenue is being made by Pump Fund and different platforms around that, it's very extractive. So
it's 100 mil revenue, I think I saw, right? That was a big number.
Exactly, something like that.
Okay, so I'm giving you 20 grand. Congratulations.
Wish there was me in there.
Outside of Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol, how are you spreading that for the best returns for our users, for our viewers?
Yeah, so when the bull market returns, I would be very much into new projects. So I would do the barbell. That one portion is in the big caps, but I know you said we don't do big caps. But the other portion is in the new projects, because when the bull market is really here and there is real buy pressure and there is real excitement, that's where most of the opportunity is. No bag holders, starting fresh, new excitement. So I would focus a lot on that and try to be early in.
So you think the hype of new projects is going to come back? Like you think we're going to see the 100x launches again?
Yeah, I think there's a chance. There's a big chance. Yeah.
Because a lot of people are bearish on new launches these days.
But it has to be. They have to be done differently. There has to be a lower FDV, because that's what has been going on during the last maybe year. That everything is captured in the private market. So when new projects launch, they are at hundreds of millions, at billions. So obviously, no one wants that. That's why we are all in memes now. It's all in the pump.fund, which is also doesn't work, by the way. But we need to have projects launching at lower valuations, so that the market is excited again, and there's opportunity in new projects. Which currently we haven't seen that. There have been too many projects launching at 5 billion FTV, and it's tough to do 20x, 50x based on that. So yeah, I think it's going to happen, and we just need a few projects that do really well. The market shifts very quickly. It's a matter of 1-2 projects releasing, launching, and delivering for their community, and suddenly we have a new cycle with all kinds of new projects copying that procedure.
So, as somebody who's been in this space for a very long time, obviously a Bitcoin OG, you must love decentralization, self-sovereign wealth. That must have made you fall in love with crypto in the first place, right? That's where it all started. Now, with the whole Bitcoin ETFs and BlackRock, coming in, and everyone, it feels to me like it's a bit sad. Like we're losing what really got us into it in the first place, and now. I mean, I'll be honest, it just feels like we're all just trying to make money, and it's sad because I bought into this ethos because I believed in decentralization. I believed in giving the trust machine, being trustworthy of what we're seeing, and self-sovereign of money, holding your wealth, and I don't know, I just feel like we're losing that now, and it's just about who can make 100x, and I know that's important, money, it's good for views, but deep down inside you, are you not a bit disillusioned by that?
I'm not sure, because that creates all of the infra that we've built. When you look at all of the L1s we have, they have been funded by dreams of 100x, whether it's Solana, but even ETH. Bitcoiners invested because they obviously wanted the return, and they did get a lot of return. Those Bitcoiners that actually invested in ETH. So a lot of this speculation has fueled the infra. And it has turned out in a very good way, because, look at Solana or Base or Layer 2s, you can literally do Nasdaq on-chain today, which wouldn't be possible if we would just have Bitcoin. This, in a way, also new type of infra, that you can launch new projects in different ways, and you can have many people trading at the same time, high volume. So I think it's net positive for decentralization at the end of the day, because in all of these different waves, we add new aspects to decentralization. So Bitcoin is just sending back and forth. With ETH and ICOs, now you can launch coins and distribute to the community. Now with Solana, we can actually do rapid trading, and it's on the same level as Nasdaq. Even with this meme craziness last few months, you can also say it's a new way of distributing coins to the community in a more decentralized way. And things are happening on chain which would be impossible in TradFi. I mean, just this thing that anyone can launch an asset and start trading and distribute however they want. There are many scams doing that, but it's also nice to be able to do that for anyone, that anyone can just click a button and launch anything. So at the end of the day, I think it's net positive. There are many scams, yes, in this 100x's, but investors are getting smarter as well. So we're better at avoiding scams. And it also is a big part of the attraction to crypto, that you can make it in crypto. You can be a VC in your own way. You can be a VC without doing a bunch of KYC, this and that. You just buy things on chain. So there is definitely, I would say, more positives than negatives with this greed part of crypto. It's always going to be here. I mean, crypto is trading. It's making money, and we should embrace it, I think, because that's what this industry is about. It's about creating decentralized financial infra, and even when you look at Wall Street and what they're doing, it's all about profit as well. But now we can actually do it in a fair way, global way. It's about profit, but also it's about capital formation, that you can raise money for your project, and that allows a lot of innovation. So yeah, I think we should just embrace what we're doing. We're trading, we're creating new assets. They go up, they go down, many of them go to zero, but it is a net positive at the end of the day.
Okay. So look, final two questions. I know you're a busy guy.
Yeah.
So the first question is, obviously you've been doing content for 7 years, maybe 7, 8 years, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
I know a lot of content creators naturally in my career, especially in crypto. A lot of them get burned out and they disappear, or they come back with a year break or two. So like, how have you just been Mr. Consistent this whole time? Like, how do you? And also, what is next for Even on Tech?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's so fun. So it's. You get burned out when you do things you don't really like, or you don't really believe in, or you're forced to do them. So that's when you can get burned out. I actually don't believe in burnout, because if you do something you like, you don't get burned out. It's you look at kids playing, like, they don't get burned out playing. They like playing. So that's how I see crypto and this content creation. It's so fun. We have amazing communities. I have a core community there every day. I mean, can you imagine that there is maybe 20, 30 people who are there, like the same guys, every day. And then there are thousands watching every day also.
Yeah.
But just that there is this, core group every day that they're there in the comment section. It's crazy. It's priceless.
Your family.
It's a family now. Exactly. Every day we do the stream. So it's very special. So no, I don't get burned out. And for me, like, the next big step is to take Moralis to the next level. We are, so Moralis Money. We now have rebranded it to Moralis.com.
Yeah.
So it is going to be, basically what we discovered is that we started with our B2B, with the APIs, with the RPCs and all of that. And then we also exposed them as a B2C app for investors, which was Moralis Money. But that one has taken off a lot. It's a big part of our revenue now, as our total revenue. So Moralis Money is now Moralis.com. And then we moved our dev portal to developers.moralis.com. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of news there with our new website, new approach. It's going to be the place to discover coins, which it is right now in many ways as well. But it's all going to basically 10x now that we make that a big focus of ours, also in the domain, and it's like the main site now.
Amazing. Okay, look, I can't wait to see it. Like, final question.
Yes.
Okay, it's fuck, kill, marry.
Sorry, what?
Fuck, kill, marry.
Okay.
Would you either rather fuck, kill, or marry Justin Sun, Vitalik Buterin, or Charles Hoskin's son?
Well, Vitalik has a girlfriend. He's taken, unfortunately. He has lost the power of chi, as we say. So
He's a girlfriend, yeah, but you never know.
But
You fancy your chances?
Justin Sun, and also, by the way,
Justin's a bit of fun.
He's underestimated, I think, in many ways, because many people said, scammer, this and that, but he's been here since 2017.
Yeah.
And now he has, like, wrapped Bitcoin. Now he has
Sun with hat, with it, hot dog, with sun.
So, I'm fascinated because it's this mix of craziness, but also acquiring, like, wrapped Bitcoin, or like merging, or what they did. I'm not sure exactly. But man.
This was a question that came from Lark.
Let me think through the question here. And then we have Charles.
Don't think too much about it. It might get a bit weird.
Charles is I mean, the commitment on that, guys, is also quite insane. Just building Cardano without a lot of adoption, to be fair. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Vitalik. Okay, let me say Vitalik for. Let me marry Vitalik because he's been around for the longest. So I feel that there is some real commitment there,
Okay.
which is longer than in the others.
Okay, marrying Vitalik.
Marrying Vitalik. And then you said, fuck. Let's see, Sun or Cardano. Okay, let me say we're gonna F Justin and Charles. I wouldn't say. I mean, I love Charles also. Let's just leave that to last one.
Thanks so much for your time.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure for you to be here. Thanks for being with us.
Awesome. Thanks.
Okay, enjoy Token 2049. That's all we have time for, guys. We're doing interviews all this week at Token 2049. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Goodbye.